Want to message a 21F friend and tell her to stop reaching out and to talk to me 22M? Any ideas on how? Long story short, asked out friend I really liked, she said no and was talking to someone, had no idea. We stopped talking for months. She finally started reaching out and talking like normal, don't think she with him now. She reached out to me and to get over her I ignored her a few times. She asked why I'm acting this way. I finally talked to her a few more times. Every time ignore, she keeps trying to talk. I have to end this by straight up telling her, any tips on how? I'm tired of being a source of validation for someone out of my league. Too long didn't read. How to let someone know that I don't want to interact with them anymore when silence doesn't seem to work. Person is friend who I asked out and was rejected by. Edit, it's clear there's plenty wrong with me and I'll stop with the posts. I honestly do want to tell her we can't be friends because I think she deserves way better than some guy who has severe problems like me. I'm gonna tell her it's 1000% on me. Edit 2, I did not mean to cause all this. Just want to say I know everyone who thinks I'm terrible, horrible, toxic. You're fair to think this and I'm working on it. But also understand I've known her for a long time and we didn't get close to her or develop feeling till about a 1.5 ago. I should have been upfront w her but wasn't because I wanted to work on myself physically and mentally more so that I could be a better guy. And despite what everyone says, I did want to be her friend, but I want the type of friends who want to hang out, initiate convo first, etc. and we weren't on the same wavelength and should have known. I in no way am mad at her or ungrateful. I understand now why I'm single and believe me, no better punishment for me than that. I've read every single post and will do a job to be better going forward. Edit 3, after looking at all of these I'm sincerely ashamed in myself. For those who are gonna comment this is for pity, I don't know what more to tell you, it's not. I'm gonna message her and tell her she deserves better than me and that I'm getting the help I need to be a better person and friend. I didn't mean to cause this much trouble. I've been looking at every comment and I've taken every word of advice. I am working on myself to be better cause I'm embarrassed. I don't need pity or anything, I need to learn to be a better friend. If you still want to attack me, feel free, but thank you to everyone who's tried to help, and if anyone wants to personally talk I would appreciate any advice as long as it's not to tell me I'm scum. Just tell her something like this: fully understand you not being interested in dating me, but just like that, you have to understand and accept that I am not interested in being just your friend. She doesn't want to be your GF, and you don't want to be just a friend, so you two really need to move on from each other. If he wanted to be her boyfriend, why did he become her friend? Those are two separate things and categories you want different people to fill. I can't stand people who do that. SHT, don't pretend to be my friend if you just wanted to fuck me. Hi X, hope you are doing well. Need some time and space apart from you, and I'm not interested in being friends right now. Please don't contact me again. All the best. Consider blocking her after this so she can no longer contact you. She gave me space to heal and now has been talking to me again and being friends, since we were previously friends. She's out of my league, and since I now know being nice to her won't get me laid, I don't want to pretend to be her friend or pretend to be nice. Do just tell her you were only interested to fuck. BC, you clearly were never actually friends with this girl. Why call her your friend? You were never friends, apparently. She was someone you pretended to be friends with until you got up the nerve to shoot your shot. She thought you were friends, that's why she's been reaching out and trying to get back on a friendly footing. But you think that she's using you for validation says some not very pleasant things about your views on relationships. I think a lot of young women would look at his reaction and wonder if he even saw women as people. It's as if he thinks she isn't human enough to be friends with him. Her only purpose to him is to fill the girlfriend box, and when she refused to do that he took it as her being purposely hurtful, as if he was entitled to her body and she was being cruel for withholding it. Fact that he now sees her attempt to remain friends as her using him for validation comes across as him projecting his own intentions onto her. By this I mean that he wanted to use her for sex, an ego prop, cleaning, etc. His mendacity in pretending to be friends in order to get in her pants, it's chillingly callous. You know, I understand where you're coming from with the hurt, but at the same time you can't act like she owes you anything just because you were kind. Kindness should be inherent and natural, not something you use to manipulate others into being your partner. Things aren't so black and white. No, this doesn't make you a terrible person. Yes, you clearly have some personal issues that you're taking out on her. If you want to stop talking to her, be honest and tell her now isn't a good time for you. If you feel like you'd rather not lose the friendship, suck it up. No one is 100% good or bad. Just continue working on yourself before you take it out on other people. Op doesn't sound like a bad person, just a young person with a lot of learning and maturing to do. My 22F boyfriend, 27M, is a very successful man and he makes me feel bad about my situation and having no job. I am 22 and will start studying next September. I will finish university at the age of 27 and that makes me very uncomfortable. I tried alternative ways to find a job I would like but I can't, and also I always planned to study but never got the chance. My boyfriend is 27 years old and has a good job, makes a lot of money and is pretty successful. I'll be his age when I finish studying and I can't help but compare myself to him. My mindset is I don't know if I necessarily need this degree, but it would definitely help me, and if I don't do it now and I regret it I won't be able to go back on time. So I'm a little unsure about it. My boyfriend is always cheering me and convincing me to follow this plan. He says age does matter but I'm still young and there's no need to worry about it. But at this point I feel useless. I used to work in retail until I lost my job. Then I worked briefly in an office but those also got closed due to COVID. I try to be productive but when my boyfriend comes back home from work I just feel so useless. Or when he works from home I'll just see him doing his job and listen to him in his Zoom calls and I'll be doing my thing and just feel like I'm wasting my time. And I'm afraid this is how I will feel when I'm studying and he is going further in his career. How can I deal with a successful boyfriend while I'm just wasting my time? And how do I deal with us being in so different stages in life? Too long didn't read. My boys is a successful man and meanwhile I'm just starting to figure out what I want. He makes me feel bad about myself even if he's actually very supportive and tries to convince me that I'm doing the right thing. He's not making you feel bad, unless you left out something. You're the one making you feel bad. Talk to someone, maybe him, or a friend, or family, or give therapy a try, or a life coach. Something to think about is that unemployment is mentally rough. It can make you feel really worthless to not have something that provides a little satisfaction of being productive. Try to find something that will give you that satisfaction, even if it's not a job. Find some volunteer opportunities, learn a new language, teach yourself some arts and crafts, practice an instrument, just something that will get you out of that mental space of hearing your boyfriend work all day and when it's done you can say I did that. I agree with the comments, you're making yourself feel bad. I'd if you already do this, but maybe since you're not working right now, do the chores while he's at work, laundry, cooking, dishes, etc. This might make you feel more useful. Just a thought. I promise if the FM were reversed, I would say the same thing lol. You're not wasting your time. You're pursuing education. If you drop out and decide not to pursue the degree, what job will you seek? You could go back to retail or the front desk. But will you be happy and feel successful in a position like that in 10-15 years? I think you will have more opportunities for jobs and success if you focus hard on the degree and put forth effort toward building a future for yourself. To be fair, she starts studying in September. She has been out of work since COVID started. That's a year and a half. She's not the only one who has been unemployed and unproductive because of COVID, of course, so I don't say this to shame her. Op needs something to do. She needs an engaging hobby, a side hustle, or yes, a job. My girlfriend went through a similar life shock at the beginning of COVID, and once she got a job, a shitty retail adjacent job, her self-worth skyrocketed. Your self-worth should not be tied to an arbitrary measure of success, but you need to do something in the interim months. You're going to turn 27 no matter what. Might as well have the degree. First of all, it doesn't sound like he's intentionally making you feel bad. You're making yourself feel bad because you are comparing yourself to him. It's in your head. Your BF actually sounds like he's supportive of you and your goals. There's a big difference between your ages and where you both are in life, and I think it's normal to feel the way you feel. If you plan to continue this relationship in a healthy way, you need to take the negativity away out and focus on achieving your goal. Because there's honestly nothing you can do. You can't magically speed up time so you're both financially and successful equals. Girlfriend can't sleep with me. I've been dating this girl for a few months and she's perfect, but she never wanted me to spend the night. She would always make excuses and I ended up going home at the end of the night, and she would leave anytime she came over to my place. She finally agreed to let me spend the night last night, but at 3 a.m. she woke me up and said that she can't sleep and I had to leave. I was an adult about it and left, but I felt pretty horrible. Sleeping together is super important to me. There's so better way to feel close and connected to someone than to share a bed. Is there anything I can do to maybe make her feel a little bit more comfortable? I don't know what to do. Too long didn't read. My girlfriend can't sleep with me there. How do I fix this? She could have insomnia or has trouble sleeping in a bed that isn't hers. I've woken up at 3 a.m. not being able to sleep in a new place all the time. It has nothing to do with you. Why don't you talk to her about it? Also, I would try to let go of the sleeping together thing. Plenty of couples don't sleep together because of snoring, it being too hot, shifting the bed, etc. You absolutely should not be asking, how do I fix this? You should be asking, how do I understand this? Ask to speak to her during the middle of the day when sleep is clearly not needed anytime soon and you both have plenty of time for a long talk. Be calm and do your best to listen and understand her. Even if she gets really upset or emotional, stay calm. It's not about blame or even phrasing it as wrong, but learning why. You will also get an opportunity to express why sleeping together is important to you too. So what reason does she give? She just says that she's very particular about her bed, and she likes everything to be perfect when she falls asleep. Have you spoken to her about this? What does she say? Maybe she just isn't used to having someone in the bed with her. You've only been dating a few months. Stop trying to rush her into sleepovers that she's not comfortable with. You're saying she's perfect, otherwise, let her sleep in peace. This is an issue I've had before. I am just used to sleeping alone, and sharing a bed with someone almost always keeps me up because it's just different. It's unfortunate that she asked you to leave, but she might just need to adjust.